Trying to get used to these angles and things. Hi, I'm back. I don't know why that felt like when the villain steps on the scene. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Maybe that's a sign. Like people always like a lot of like people who do in channel messages. I don't know if it's all the time, but it's like your villain. They people think it's your villain era, but it's really you taking on a hero's journey. And yeah, yeah. Also, cicadas are definitely significant as well as dragonflies. Um, Man. Anyways, my bad. I was channeling 101 is definitely relevant because you different, babes. You a alien. You know, ET maybe significant like ET phone home. I just did that and I saw a clip. It's like the clip was like when ET, the boy, I can't remember. I've never really seen the movie, so that might be a sign. Also, I gotta watch the movie, but so many movies, child. This is definitely a collective of creatives, of directors, of producers, of dancers, of people in fashion. Um, but yeah, and I'm saying this is a multifaceted fae, it's a multiverse fae. And if you don't know me, I'm Ori, okay? Oracle Ori 555 on Instagram as well as TikTok. So, welcome. You are part of the Divine Star Collective. Y'all like my new specs? The Vision's 2020. So, they might also be significant. Right? Something also about your early 20s. Like, I'm feeling like this is a channeled message of fluidity of folks. Definitely old souls, definitely young and ancient beings, definitely divine star collective beings, because we're all made of stars. And people are really wondering, and about to be wondering more, how do you shine so bright? They wondering that. You got them, keep them guessing, because it's about to be a mode of moving in slow and steadiness, but also in silence, keeping it low key with the key. You know, protect your energy, the energies, the synergy. These are prescription, by the way. Love that. And shout out to my friend, my bestie Joe. Y'all. Um, Also, I'm gonna add the QR, not the QR, but the code for that in the link in my bio through my link tree. I think I have a referral for that. People are interested in getting some unique frames, one of a kind frames, and they have pretty good deals on there. Also, got these for a pretty great price. Um, but yeah, we're in. You done quantum leap, boo. You done become anew. And I saw, yeah, like I was saying before, I saw a cicada and its shell right outside of it on a pole today when I was see, that's significant confirmation. And cicadas are always like peeling layers and um, kind of getting reborn again. Like, you know what that reminds me of? What was that? Was that Coco? Dang. I can't remember. Ooh wee. That's going ear. Ooh wee. And I'm getting bit by these bugs. Also, y'all know what the flies and the mosquitoes mean. It ain't right, but 444, we are divinely protected. Whew. You've been in this former reflection period, and I don't know, I'm getting like a vision of somebody like looking out of a window and reminiscing of how much you've overcome. It honestly reminds me of, you know what, I'm channeling a few different things here. Don't go chasing waterfalls. You know, TLC. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. But also, it's like that was like an old version of you. Like you were, maybe you were so used to other people telling you how to live your life, or other voices and people in your ear, and you taking their advice, but now you're heeding their advice. 543 as I say that. And you're taking into account what it really means for you to bloom and grow outside of these people that were making these judgments and these assumptions about your journey. And really now you're really, again, remarking on the hero's journey, and you're being mistaken as the villain because they're making you out to be someone, you know, that they really don't understand. And now that you know that you're meant to just be experienced versus misunderstood, now you're just hitting the heightened frequency of knowing, of your inner knowing. You're trusting that now. You know that maybe you don't have all the answers, but you know you have good intention with how you're vibrationally existing, and you're trusting that frequency. You're trusting spirit, divine, higher powers that be, God, angels, ancestors, the guides that be on this. 654. Yeah, it's really just the countdown has really begun. It's beginning anew. You've begun anew. Give yourself credit and grace for that. Give yourself credit and grace for what is coming in and how much you've overcome at this time. You're meant to rest well and sleep peacefully at night, and you've been having people pulling at your energies, trying to siphon your light. 22 is definitely relevant. 2222. You're on to something new. You are the new. You are new you. You are meant to bloom. Shave. Confirmation. And so, as you embark on this excursion, this side quest, and I love a good side quest because I'm about to go on one myself. If you've been here, you know that it's not, I'm not a hierarchical person. And most people who are decent, loving human beings aren't. Most of us are very much in the frequency of, I see you, we see each other, we're leveled, we're here, you know? And I think that's really important to 818 as I say that day may be significant, August 18th. But yeah, it's important to give ourselves grace, but also to give others this grace. But not the people who've utterly disrespect you in your face, or even behind the scenes. In this case, we fluent. Okay, y'all hear it? Wow. The overcoming has really been doing its thing. Y'all see I'm just channeling. It's just channel, bing, bing, boom, bop. Bing, bop, boom, bop, bang. Kendrick may be significant. Goodness. I ain't listening to that. I ain't listening to that in a minute. Also, 999, 909, portal days. I was born on a portal day. I'm gonna leave the mystery alive unless you've been catching the vibe. 918 is also significant. 369. Infinite. Also, happy Leo season right now, but you know, this message is timeless. I keep doing this, so yeah, infinity is definitely important. I'm about to say to infinity and beyond. So, something about Buzz Lightyear and Woody. Yeah, definitely Toy Story vibes, but that's more so about the people. Y'all know how long they've been on the scene together. All these movies. they're still, even with all they've been through, they like soulmates, you know. And it, you know, soulmates can be friends, lovers, soul tribe, all different kinds of frequencies. I'm hearing siblings, or um, yeah, it's just kinship, kindred spirits. It can even be your parents sometimes. It's depending. Everybody has a different journey, a different calling. Oh, everybody has a different calling. Yeah, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestor, highest light, the highest good. Thank you, Orishas. Thank you, my higher self, higher guides that be. Ashe. 1044 is significant, as well as 144. Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're walking away from something that was so heavy to carry. Some people, some places, some things, maybe a mix of all three. But yet, we're all in this together. We are. It may be some, you know, some decades coming. You might have been, all my life I had to fight. You might have been fighting for a long time to get to this point. But let me tell you, there's no going back now. Dang. I don't even listen to Drake, but something about that song, How About Now? Because I'm up right now. And you stuck right now. I channeled that just now. So for y'all who be listening to him, maybe take that as a message. Ooh. This landed right on top of my board heel. Oh, yeah. So this Knight of Cups is in reverse. But it's not in your purse. It's not your person. This is other people. Ooh. Yeah, this is other people who thought they were going to play with you and thought they weren't going to pay the consequences. Justice is being divinely served. 1, 2, 3, as I say that. Justice is being divinely served. People have so much impatience about, just the way, they have so much impatience with themselves. And that's why they were impatient with you. But they're so anxious and irresponsible. And they don't know how to hone in on the reality that they might be the problem. Collective. They are the problem. And they trying to pin it on you like you are the problem. Oh, this just came out. Yeah. 8 of Swords. They trapped in their own demise. They trapped. They feel stuck. And that's why, you know, I've been hearing that a lot. Misery. Ooh, confirmation. Misery wants company. But you figured your way out. 13 to 31 may be significant. Ooh, I'm feeling called to talk about this. Spirit, they lead me to talk about this. And I was talking about this earlier with actually my mom. And just reflecting on a lot of different things. But from the age of 13 to me now being the lovely young age, thriving. 30, flirty, and thriving. I'm thinking about that 13 going on 30 movie. That's one of my favorites, actually. It's one of my favorites. And, yeah, from the age of 13, I got baptized, okay? Story time. I got baptized. It was my own personal decision. And I felt really called. And I don't think it was a miscalling. It's just what happened, or what I assumed would happen afterwards. It seemed like my life and my sensuality, my essence, my sexuality, I don't know if that's a word that's going to get censored here. I hope not. I mean, well. But it became more in question as I went down this path of trying to be, quote unquote, what saved means. Okay? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't with this message. But my life really seemed like it went crashing down. I started experiencing so many deep things that I didn't think or consider. This is what I'm hearing taboo, yeah. And so it was just like a taboo, eclectic, wild time in my life that was honestly became more traumatic, because it was really when I was peaking in my journey, in my spiritual journey. I was really starting to experience it but not understand it. So much so that I pushed it away. I started pushing away my gifts because I was getting all these prophetic dreams, and I was also going through puberty, and it was just like all this heightened energy. Also, numbers 15 to 51 may be significant. Something about getting back to honoring your inner child. Honoring your inner child. That's been coming up a lot, especially after the Mercury retrograde and during the Mercury retrograde period, with all of the parental wounds coming up to the surface. And it just was a lot of that energetically. Must be a lot about Saturn returns coming through right now, as there's 3 of those, the sets of 3 of those. I have more on that on my TikTok. Specifically, I have a video specific about that. And it was information. It was a channel message, Kendrick Lamar song that I put with that. But yeah, wow, everything coming back full circle. Gemini's may be significant, collective. I haven't even pulled as many cards, but generally overall, I had this deep cocooning stage from, and still kind of, I guess I'm going through it, but I feel like I'm finally out of it now. A bit more than I was before. And it was a lot of things in question. I mean, obviously when you're a teenager, you have so many questions, but maybe the people around you don't have all the answers, because also everything seems so heightened when you're a teenager. Everything seems so fickle and fine-lined. And if it's not, then you're like, it's like rage. So much rage that happens in your teenage years that kind of goes unnoticed and abandoned. It's a lot of teenage rage that if we don't sort out and get to the root of, it just comes up so much heavier. You know, it's like going back in time when you reflect on these things. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors, higher divine powers that be. Oh, we got 2. We got 2. Yeah. And it was a time, 10 of Wands, where I had been in my head a lot, to the point where it was blocking me from seeing a different picture, a different perspective. It seemed like I had blocked out my light, my inner voice, and so many things in connection with that time in my life. Oh, so hard. It was a really difficult time, and I done had dreams. Dreams are definitely significant. I done had dreams that were more in reflection of that time, to remind me to honestly honor more of my teenage self, make them proud, you know. And that's not always seemingly easy to do, especially when you don't feel like you've had all this access to resources, or there's been all these, you know, there's all these different levels of privilege, and you've been a very resourceful person with very little for so long. It feels like it just strips you dry, and you just overdo it. And you kind of do. You basically do, right? So, dang, I was expecting myself to be a little bit more up, and it's up, and it's up, and I'm just slowly. Oh my gosh, I think I just saw a meteor. I forgot there was a meteor shower tonight. Wow. Earthly miracles are coming in. We're about to win. And it's not a competition. It's not even a competition. But others make it a competition. And that's why you're about to win. I'm hearing God's in the neighborhood. Um, yeah, that's like, there's so much divine energy when you allow so much flow and ease and speaking in consideration of yourself and others that are in alignment with you. I also put this Two of Swords. Definitely even numbers to some degree. 8s, 2s, and 10s. 10-10 may be significant. And just next step vibes. Wish fulfillments, 11-11. Confirmation. Wish fulfillments. Oh, I'm hearing cup and overflow. You'll know when you know. Man. Yeah, you got some decisions. Two of Swords. You got some decisions coming in. And you're maybe uncertain about